But when you're still on the climb and you're still trying to fucking make ends meet, it can be pretty.
Yeah, you don't want to lose
a pretty big obstacle to overcome.
Waitress job or whatever.
Ask Sam Hyde.
Powerful, high level, and he's got all the right friends. You know what I mean? He's got powerful, high level comedy friends.
Yeah, after you've made your first million, you can afford to be pretty fucking blasé about it. But when you're still on the climb and you're still trying to fucking make ends meet, it can be pretty.
Yeah, you don't want to lose
a pretty big obstacle to overcome.
Waitress job or whatever.
Ask Sam Hyde about getting canceled earlier in your career.
I don't know who Sam Hyde is.
How do you not know who Sam Hyde is? He's responsible for every major shooting in America.
I'll back you up, Chrissy. I don't either.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I know
Sam
I've heard
Hyde is the funniest man alive today. He did the most interesting stand-up that's ever been done. He was a black guy. He was a feminist. He hacked a bunch of TED Talks as a Somali fucking trans awareness person. And then he was so popular, he had a show on Adult Swim that was
$1 million. He was the $1 million extreme guy, right?
Yep, it was fucking fantastic. It was gold. And then it got canceled by this woke moron named Joe Brownstein, I think. And Joe declared that there was subliminal racist messages, swastikas hidden behind walls you couldn't see, just made up bullshit, systemic racism stuff. And Tim Heidecker got involved. They jumped on board and they destroyed the show, ended his career. Adult Swim then went woke, and when everything woke turns to shit, so Adult Swim died shortly after Sam Hyde was ostracized. He has his own thing going on right now, and it's more lucrative than ever. So he's doing great on a sort of pay-per-view thing where behind a paywall, because the mainstream can't handle him. And he's doing fantastic, but, he was canceled at a young age.
And before a lot of the platforms, before platforms like like Censor TV or whatever existed, right, Gavin? So,
correct.
There was that huge gap between his ability to go out and do for himself and when he was canceled, because this was 10 years ago.
Christy, do you remember when a lot of the school shootings were happening and people kept putting out this picture of this dude with blonde hair and glasses holding a gun? Everyone's like, this is the guy who did it. And it wasn't him, it was just a meme. That's Sam Hyde. So everyone makes the joke that he's responsible for every major shooting across America.
Well, that's because when Sutherland Springs happened, an actual congressman said it was him.
But that's the joke, Josh. That's the joke.
Yeah, that's the thing is it's when you get canceled earlier on in your career, you're not able to build your following. And it's a few people were triggered, were upset by what you said, but you're also not giving the chance for hundreds, potentially thousands of people to enjoy your content and who don't have a problem with what you say. And it's
that's
the
what
bullying.
annoys me about this whole Mark Maron thing is he's talking about shit and he doesn't his references are Lenny Bruce and Eddie Murphy and fucking Louis C.K. He's not familiar with younger comedians trying to make it. He's never heard of any of us. He's never heard of anyone else who has been canceled. It's sort of this ethereal concept to him. He knows Trump.
Well, he's also losing all of his spots to these kinds of comedians, and the thing is people like him